What is going on, folks? I am Goat. Welcome back to Warframe. Hiya, hiya, hiya. So we're here to talk about Temple, his kit, um, his little Riot 848, and then his love-hate relationship with his exalted weapon, Lizzie. Not really about the relationship, but about the weapon. So Temple is the David Bowie rocker, crazy throwback, yeah, rock and roll frame. So both builds I'm going to show you are completely based off of his base kit because truthfully, albeit his first ability is his weakest in my opinion, it's still worth using as a primer at a bare minimum. Shards are, and it's going to look a little silly because two of these are just depending on if you want to choose to fuck around with one of the builds I'm using, a shield capacity, a little bit of energy, well really three of these are kind of subjective to whatever the hell you want to use them on. Max energy filled when spawned, just because like if you're going in there to exterminate, I'm gonna have to sit there and like Zeneric this motherfucker and wait for him to get some power, and then ability strength, and then once I get another Tau Forge, it'll be another ability strength right there. So Temple's passive is cool. So play abilities in sync with the backbeat metronome. So the little swinging pendulum metronome. If you hit the center, you charge that son of a bitch up. To invigorate ability effects while increasing ability efficiency by 50%. That in itself is cool. The thing it does not really tell you is that it also charges ammo for Lizzie. Pretty cool deal. First ability, Pyrotechnics, basically throws out a bunch of pillars that are based on ability strength, so the more strength you have, the more pillars you have. It's got a very respectable range, especially for the build I'm about to show you, so 32.5 meters is pretty fucking good. It is a flat damage, which is why I say, in my personal opinion, it just feels like it's a slightly... It's his weakest ability, because that flat heat damage is just kind of there. But the bonus to it is the Ripper's Wail bonus. Okay, so that in itself is kind of worth keeping. Second ability, drop a couple of big fucking, stage speakers at a 100-degree angle, buff the shit out of your crit chance. Got a decent duration for the build. Again, damage is kind of negligible. This is more just a CC ability. Range is also negligible, again with the Ripper's Wail bonus. Third ability, Ripper's Wail. So this is a health and shield regen with 4 seconds of invulnerability. Gives you health regen while the duration is running. Excuse me. So it can have a has a max duration of 60 seconds, and it gives you health regen per second plus a, just a base health cap of, a heat cap damage of 750%, which is pretty fucking solid. So all these backbeat bonuses and timers and everything else, yeah, there you go. So it's 260% heat damage cap being at 750. I mean, this is a really, really cool. When Pablo said this is your oh shit button, he ain't fucking around. Like, basically just keep this motherfucker running. It's a good time. And then we've got the Exalted Weapon, which has a damage multiplier that's pretty fucking respectable. And like, as you can tell by energy costs, I'm running a negative efficiency build on both builds. So I do have one that's slightly more survivable and doesn't necessarily rely on the third ability quite as much for survivability. And then this is the one that's just basically keep the third ability running. Second ability is basically what you're going to... Second and first ability are basically what you're going to use to try to charge Lizzie up the whole time. And then you could just run around like a crackhead and flamethrower everything else out. So the build is this. Now, this is build number 1, nothing in the Axilla's Arcane Velocity to help beef up the fire rate of Lizzie, because, hey, why fucking not? I believe, yes, on critical chance, yes. Not much to help them. The shields is really more just because of the shards I have on there, but that's because of the other build. So it's really just a little bit of duration. Just, a respectable amount of range. It doesn't need to be a lot because his kit is pretty forgiving on range, and then just a fuck ton of ability strength. Arcane Energize, is it highly necessary? Even on a negative efficiency build, no. If anything, you can run Zeneric and Nourish on here instead, and yes, you will, be able to regen some energy that way. And it works just fine, because, like... putting Roar and Eclipse, more survivability or damage output type abilities would normally be a really good bump, but the problem is the only place that you can put those is over his third, and his third ability is a pretty fucking good ability. His second ability is really good for the critical chance buff. The third ability is really good just for pure survivability of just, I ain't fucking dying today. And that's that. Now, the second one, we go with a little less fire rate with Lizzie, a little bit more survivability with shields, and a little bit more energy regen. So, a little bit more to the range, a chunk down on strength, which you would think would be kind of a bad thing, but truthfully, it's not. It's just really not. So, yeah, there's that. So we're going to run this build, because this looks like the weaker build, okay? And we're just going to go take, here in a second, once I get done talking about the Riot and Lizzie, we're going to go take this and just go run 5 minutes at, like, Ani or some bullshit. It'll be fine. The Riot 848 is the pistol. We'll get into that in a minute. Lizzie, on the other hand, I'm just going to tell you right now, put whatever damage you want to on here. It really doesn't matter. Okay, because the moment you go ADS, you can automatically pulse a damage type off of this and proc the shit out of enemies with it. This build, albeit it's a little basic, it's one format and it absolutely murders the shit out of everything thanks to the second ability. And just the pure, like, it shows viral, magnetic, cold, and corrosive. So yeah. You have access to 4 if you're ADS with Lizzie. But like I said, it's one forma. It's well worth it. You can kind of put whatever you... Hell, you can put fucking 100 munitions on here if you want to. I just use this, honestly, for a little bit more stat chance and critical damage. I mean, that's, exactly what the mod is, and it works just fine. Hammer shot is not necessary. This is... Lizzie is like the truth in advertising as far as... you can really do some really versatile crazy bullshit. Okay, like if you want to do a gas cold build, do it. It doesn't matter. It doesn't. So yeah, just it's a good time. But yeah, and then we have the Riot 848. Now this is the boomerang bullet gun. So yeah, this is Temple's special weapon. It's got a magazine of 16, obviously using secondary or innovate because it's a base status weapon. Anyway, I mean, yes, you can build into critical, but this particular build setup, it's 3 forma. It's not even fucking complete, and it kills. Okay? It just does. Between innovate and the second ability, this thing just fucking murders. And the funny part is the front side damage doesn't look all that good. The backside damage also doesn't look all that good, but funny enough, when these bullets rip themselves out of the enemies when you run out of ammo and come to return to the gun, they fuck some people up. So that's the basic setup I've been running. And like I said, I'm going to run the weaker build just cuz. Yeah, we'll just go to Ani. I mean, again, it's like, this is mid-tier Steel Path, it's nothing crazy. All the factions are here, plus they're Orican. It's a good time.
The art of combat must be practiced.
Seeing like with Energy Siphon and Energy Nexus, you can see just Zeneric alone is sitting here buffing the shit out of my energy, just boosting me up, which is a good time. And obviously you see the swinging tempo. The only complaint, this is literally the only complaint that I have about Temple, is that metronome. Because yes, once you cast an ability, you'll hear like a little snare rim, like a little hi-hat, or it's a little rim shot, just tap, 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 like a metronome. The problem is that the colorization of this thing is, it kind of blends in with certain enemy types, so it's really kind of difficult to see at times, at least with my stupid eyes. So see, look, we're charging energy, no bougie pads necessary. I could have just started the mission before, but I was talking about the stupid metronome, so here we are.
They're trying to choke you out.
So see, doing our solo, and here, oh, I'm sorry, it's a little hi-hat tap. Anyway, so we're just gonna boost that. You can see we're just sitting here, and I missed it. I missed it again. Here we go. Look, these guys are pissed, right? Well, here's Lizzie. Lizzie just does not give a shit. Lizzie's just like, oh, you guys exist? Cool. See, and then we just charge Lizzie back up, buff our, crit chance back up, make sure there's full ammo, because basically your time with Lizzie is based on that little meter. I mean, you can play like this if you want to. Right? I mean, like, this is solid.
Tenno, prepare for life support.
But we're not here to just talk about Lizzie. We're here to talk about this fucking thing too. Like, it kills. Now, as you can see, my shields are regenerating like fucking crazy, so really there's not much, you know, concern of like, you know, health problems or staying alive or anything like that. It's usually when you get blasted by like an Arson Maximus or some shit. That's when it becomes a problem. Let's see, this one's getting ready to hit, so just do our solo, become invulnerable, get a full shield regen, and we're back in business. The Riot is surprisingly a decent little gun. Especially if there's enemies that happen to be stupid enough to walk in the path of your shit after the fact. Hey bro, you're on fire, even though you were already on fire. I mean, like, there's an Maximus, you know, dead. Yeah, the little pistol works just fine. But, I mean, the bread and butter of this setup is, let's be honest, it's Lizzie. I mean, just run around and flamethrow the fuck out of everything. Like, bye-bye Maximus, you know? And all you gotta do is just fucking cast abilities and, you know, you have like basically unlimited fucking ammo.
Another life support capsule.
Okay, so we come in here, hit the third ability again just because we can. See, and if you listen to the little hi-hat tap, you know, you won't even have to watch the metronome because the tap is when you need to hit the ability. But the tap is a very, very short-lived little thing too, so like that. Fucked up. There we go. What is this fucker? Some of these Maximus are irritating me, I swear to God. Oh, there he is. You go, fuckhead, die. I love the crowd wailing whatever you fucking hit the abilities. It's a good time. Oh, is there a fire guy? Yeah. This is J-Dex, man. Fuck him. Fuck him and everything he stands for. I heard an Arson Maximus somewhere. Oh, there he is. Hi, buddy. Like I said, there is just really there's no energy problems here, especially with Energize on here. Like, you just don't even think about energy. You basically melt everything in your fucking path. Oh, heavy gunner dead. I was gonna do simulacrum with this, but honestly, like, what the hell's the point? I mean, like, I'm gonna do the same fucking thing to the simulacrum people as I am in a real mission. So, hey, you wanna die?
Our operative is making progress. This will help our cause. When you need it, extraction is ready. We're running out of time. Consider extraction.
Hi, Malice, how you doing? Let's go ahead and just dodge roll out of that and fuck his day up. Yeah, see, he don't like it. He's dead. Well, okay, now he's dead. I thought I'd kill him. Wasn't watching the top. suppose I ought to go hit a live support, huh? So like I said, it's that timing of the metronome that is a little annoying.
Life support activated.
Cold proc me, you fuckstick. Okay, so we're in this long enough. Pretty much proves the point of Lizzie's really fucking good. Temple's pretty fucking good. Like I said, his first ability is a little on the shallow side and is the weakest of the group, but the backbeat bonus that you get from it is worth keeping it. And any subsume that you throw on him isn't going to be bad, but his base kit in itself is completely synergized. It's just his first ability. If you're going to start going into like a level cap and things like that, those heat procs, that amount of heat damage is going to be a basic bitch primer at best. It's just not a lot of damage. So, but either way, hope you enjoyed it. Like I said, both builds work just fine, but I wanted to showcase the weaker build with the shield regenning rather than just the OP fucking ability strength, because obviously if the weaker build is doing that, then you can just imagine what the stronger build is doing. And both are running the base kit. He's a lot of fun to play. A little goofy looking, but I'm like 10 shades over it. And yeah, that's about it. So folks, thanks very much for watching. As always, catch you in the next one, all right?